Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. When you talk about the New York Yankees, you are never just talking about another baseball team. You are talking about an institution, a brand, a legacy that breeds pressure and expectation every single day. And right now that legacy finds itself at a crossroads that could define not only the next season, but the entire direction of the franchise for years to come. At the center of this moment stands Aaron Judge, the captain, the face, the leader whose presence goes far beyond home runs and highlight reels, and whose voice inside the organization carries a weight that few players in the history of the game have ever possessed. Judge is not just hitting baseballs, he is shaping conversations, influencing decisions, and now, according to multiple reports, he is pushing hard behind the scenes for the Yankees to bring back Cody Bellinger on a new long-term deal, a move that could reshape the outfield and the offensive identity of this team. Cody Bellinger's situation could not be more fascinating if it were scripted by Hollywood. After executing his player option and choosing free agency instead of playing the final year of a 3-year deal worth $80 million originally signed with the Chicago Cubs, Bellinger sent a clear message to the league that he believes his value has never been higher. And it is hard to argue with him when you look at what he did on the field in the most recent season. He slashed a 72, .334 for 80, numbers that translate into an on-base plus slugging of .814, while crushing 29 home runs and reminding everyone why he was once considered one of the most dynamic and complete outfielders in the sport. This was not just a good season. It was a statement season, the kind that rewrites narratives and forces front offices to reconsider old doubts. Those doubts were very real not long ago. After his early success, Bellinger endured a rough stretch during his time with the Los Angeles Dodgers, particularly during the seasons of 2021 and 2022, when injuries and mechanical issues turned a former star into a question mark. Many around the league wondered if that version of Bellinger would be permanent, if the best days were already behind him. His resurgence in Chicago changed that conversation completely. And now the market sees him not as a reclamation project, but as a premium asset. The problem, of course, is that premium assets come with premium price tags. And that is where the Yankees find themselves doing mental gymnastics. Estimates floating around the league suggest that Bellinger is looking for something in the range of $30 million per year on a deal that could stretch 6 seasons into the future. That is a massive commitment for any franchise, even one as wealthy as the Yankees, especially when the player in question is already in his 30s. Teams are cautious by nature, and long-term contracts for players on the wrong side of 30 carry risks that keep general managers awake at night, according to reports from respected insiders. No team has yet come close to offering Bellinger the number he is seeking, a reality that underscores just how tight and calculated this market has become. For the Yankees, the financial puzzle is even more complex. There are strong indications that the organization is trying to keep its total salary expenditure under $300 million in the upcoming seasons, particularly looking ahead to 2026. That self-imposed limit creates tension between ambition and restraint, between the desire to dominate and the need to plan responsibly. Adding Bellinger on a massive long-term contract would immediately eat into that flexibility, making it harder to address other needs on the roster. And make no mistake, the Yankees have needs. They are looking for more depth in the bullpen, additional relievers who can handle high-leverage moments, and they are at least monitoring the market for starting pitching, even if manager Aaron Boone publicly downplays the urgency of that pursuit. This is where Aaron Judge enters the story in a way that goes beyond statistics. Judge and Bellinger have developed real chemistry in the outfield, a connection that is visible not just in their communication on fly balls, but in the way they complement each other's presence. Judge understands how rare it is to have another elite athlete beside him, someone who can change games with both the glove and the bat, someone who forces opposing pitchers to think twice before making mistakes. When the captain of the Yankees speaks up for a teammate, it sends a powerful signal throughout the organization. It is not just an endorsement. It is a statement about culture, about trust, and about what it takes to win at the highest level. The front office, however, cannot operate solely on emotion or loyalty. Even when that loyalty comes from a player as important as Judge, they have to weigh the long-term implications, the aging curve, the potential for decline, and the opportunity cost of tying up so much money in one player. other teams are circling, even if none have yet met Bellinger's asking price. The New York Mets have been mentioned as a possible destination, though some insiders downplay the seriousness of that threat. The Los Angeles Angels lurk as an option, always searching for star power to energize their fan base, and then there is the poetic possibility of a reunion with the Los Angeles Dodgers, the team that originally drafted Bellinger back in 2013, a move that would bring his career full circle. Despite all of this interest, the reality remains that a deal does not appear imminent. Bellinger is holding firm, waiting for the kind of offer that reflects his belief in his own value, while teams hesitate, hoping the market softens or circumstances change. The Yankees are caught in the middle, balancing their internal priorities with the external pressure of competition and the internal influence of their captain. Judge's support absolutely matters, and it could be the push that ultimately tips the scales, but it does not magically erase the financial and strategic challenges involved. As this saga unfolds, it becomes a microcosm of modern baseball, where analytics, economics, leadership, and chemistry all collide. The Yankees are not just deciding whether to re-sign Cody Bellinger. They are deciding what kind of team they want to be, how aggressively they want to chase championships, and how much they are willing to risk to maximize their window of contention. Fans watch, speculate, and debate, knowing that every move carries consequences, and somewhere behind closed doors, Aaron Judge continues to advocate, to persuade, and to remind the organization that sometimes the best investments are not just measured in dollars, but in trust, unity, and the belief that the right group of players can achieve something special together. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. The rumor mill around the Bronx has been spinning so loudly that you can almost hear it echoing through the concrete corridors of the old cathedral of baseball. And today that sound grows into something closer to a roar. Whispers have turned into excited murmurs into heated debates. And now the name Corbin Carroll is being spoken by Yankees fans with a mix of disbelief, hope, and that familiar confidence that something massive is brewing. Official words may have been carefully chosen, announcements framed in polished language, but between the lines there is a clear sense that the organization wants the world to believe a new era is forming right before our eyes. This is not just another transaction, not just another headline to fill the endless news cycle. This feels like the beginning of a story the Yankees want told again and again. A story about power, youth, speed, star appeal, and the idea that a franchise built on legends refuses to fade quietly into the background of the league. When the Yankees allow the name Corbin Carroll to be linked so closely with their vision, it immediately sparks speculation about intention. Carroll represents more than talent. He represents modern baseball. A player who blends explosiveness with flair, athleticism with intelligence, and a style that captures attention even from casual viewers. For a franchise that understands spectacle as well as anyone, this matters deeply. The Yankees are not only chasing victories, they are chasing relevance, dominance, and the sense of inevitability that once defined them. Rumors suggest that executives see Carroll as a cornerstone, a symbol of a new dynasty that does not abandon tradition, but rather reinterprets it for a faster, louder, more global game. Inside the fan base, the reaction has been immediate and emotional. Social media lights up with clips, imagined lineups, and endless arguments about fit and philosophy. Some fans talk about how Carroll's speed would electrify the base spots in a stadium that thrives on momentum swings. Others imagine the pressure he would put on opposing defenses, forcing mistakes, creating chaos, and opening space for the heavy hitters the Yankees are famous for. There is a feeling that this is not about filling a hole on the roster, but about redefining the personality of the team. The Yankees have often been accused of being slow, predictable, and reliant on power alone. The Carroll speculation challenges that narrative head-on, suggesting a future where versatility and aggression coexist with raw strength. From an organizational standpoint, the timing of this buzz feels intentional. The Yankees know that dynasties are not built overnight, but they are announced early. By attaching themselves to a name like Carroll, they send a message to the rest of the league that they are willing to adapt, invest, and take bold steps to reclaim their place at the center of baseball's universe. Insiders whisper that front office conversations have revolved around creating a core that can dominate for years, not just contend briefly. Carroll's age, energy, and ceiling fit perfectly into that long-term vision, making the speculation feel less like fantasy and more like a calculated tease. There is also the media angle, impossible to ignore. A famous YouTube channel thrives on narratives, on the drama that keeps viewers watching until the final second. The idea of a new Yankees dynasty is irresistible content, and Corbin Carroll becomes the face of that storyline almost effortlessly. He is marketable, exciting, and already respected across the league. The Yankees understand branding perhaps better than any other franchise, and pairing their iconic image with a modern star is a move that feels almost scripted. Rumors suggest that even the language used internally has shifted, focusing on youth movement, athletic excellence, and sustainable success rather than short-term fixes. Critics, of course, are not silent. Some argue that the Yankees have chased big names before, only to find that chemistry cannot be bought and expectations can crush even the brightest talents. They question whether Carroll's style truly fits the pressure cooker of New York, where every at-bat is analyzed and every slump becomes a headline. Yet even these doubts add fuel to the fire, because controversy keeps the conversation alive. The speculation grows stronger precisely because it feels risky, because it challenges old assumptions about what a Yankees superstar should look like. Round the league, rival fans watch with a mix of skepticism and concern. The idea of the Yankees aligning themselves with a player like Carroll raises uncomfortable questions for everyone else. If this move signals a broader shift in strategy, then the balance of power could tilt dramatically. Teams that have grown comfortable seeing the Yankees stumble may suddenly have to rethink their own plans. Rumors hint that executives from other organizations are already paying close attention, not just to Carroll, but to what this moment represents. A Yankees team that blends tradition with speed and creativity is a frightening concept for any opponent. What makes this speculation particularly compelling is the sense that it is only the beginning. The Carroll buzz feels like the first chapter of a longer saga, one where additional moves, surprises, and bold statements follow. Fans imagine a cascade of announcements, each reinforcing the idea that the Yankees are serious about building something historic. The phrase "new dynasty" is not used lightly, but it is whispered more often now, carried by the belief that the franchise has learned from recent frustrations and is ready to evolve without losing its soul as the narrative continues to unfold. One thing is clear: the Yankees have successfully ignited imagination, whether through subtle hints, carefully framed announcements, or strategic leaks. They have captured attention across the baseball world. Corbin Carroll's name has become a symbol of possibility, a spark that suggests the Bronx may once again become the epicenter of the sport. This is speculation, yes, but it is powerful speculation, the kind that shapes expectations and fuels dreams long before anything is finalized. In the end, that might be exactly what the Yankees want, because dynasties are born first in belief, long before they are proven on the field. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.